Hi, it's Kane Hodder, Jason from Friday the 13th. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll kill you and your whole family.
What's going on, horror fans? Welcome back to another episode of Slash and Cast. My name is Riley. That is Nick. Today we have a very special episode since we'll be taking a look at To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story. Now, we've been talking about it for months, and thanks to the guys over at Master Macabre, we were able to get early access to the film, to review it, and share our opinions with you guys. Well, first of all, if you haven't seen our interview with Derek Herbert and Andrew Barcelo, the director and producer of To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story, you should go check that out to get a little more insight. But let's just jump right in. First of all, the first thing I want to point out is the runtime. The runtime is only like an hour and 47 minutes, okay? Now, that we figured, going into it, that it was going to be unbelievably long. I was thinking like 4 or 5 hours because Kane has a freak amount of stories. If you read his book, which I do still recommend, you read his book, stories go on for days and days and days. I figured that's how the movie would be. Now, there is quite a bit of stuff from the book, from Unmasked, which the movie is based off of, his own autobiography, that is not in there. Now, does that make the story less interesting? No. It makes it where there's not a dull moment at all, which is good. Now, in the documentary, we learn of the origins of him within the horror genre. We learn, of course, from things part 7, 8, 9, 10, Victor Corral from Hatchet. That's the stuff we knew we were going to see. Now, where it really gets interesting is from his stories alone, him actually saying it. But I think the story that a lot of people don't know about, now you can look at him and see it, but it's his burns. Now, it's a story that a lot of people, you could, like I said, you can see him. You can look at him, you can see the scars. Yeah. But the story that goes with it is unbelievable, and it brings out a whole different side to him. Now, you didn't actually know that story ahead of time, right? You didn't read the book?
No. I knew of the burns, of course, but I didn't know the story behind it, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty insane. And, I'm telling you, it's a tearjerker. The movie will, reading it's one thing. Like, it was upsetting when I read it. I actually read it, to my girlfriend, and she was upset by it. So, that was tough, reading it. And then you hear it come from Kane himself, and that's just heartbreaking.
For sure. It really was.
The road to recovery for Kane is a long and a super tough one. And when I don't want to, spoil what that story is, because it's definitely something you need to see and hear for yourself. But you learn a lot when you watch it from there, and then, those experiences, you see molded him into the man he is today, which is an incredible guy, still doing so much for the industry, and doing so much for his fans. He's one of the most humble people you ever meet. You can actually even see that in the documentary. Yeah. And, it's cool to see where he came from in his background and why he got there, and how hardworking he is. It wasn't just thrown at him. He's obviously had to work for where he is today, and that's one of the best parts about it, truly. Now, of course we got Kane. That was going to be interesting no matter what. He's an incredible storyteller. But then you get the other interviews, and that definitely shaped what the story was.
The all-star roster. You got Robert Englund. You got Adam Green, Bruce Campbell. Daniel Harris is in there as well. Sid Haig. And they got his wife and kids in there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good seeing Jason there. So, you have a ton of people that have worked with him and people that, have lived with him, family. So you get it from all sides. And it just, it does. It shapes who the guy is even more for you. If you're a fan of Kane and you don't know the story, it's definitely worth checking out for that alone. Yeah. Now, I tell you, it gets really interesting when his claims of humbleness and determination. He always pushes it, but when you see his fans talk about it too, because they actually went to 2 conventions to get footage for the documentary. Yeah. One that we were supposed to be at. So that sucks because we were going to be there.
We could have been.
But, there's never a dull moment with his fans.
For sure.
They never have any complaints. He's one of the few people at cons that never gets complaints.
He's got a long line. That's about it.
Yeah, true. But, he has a long line of people that want to meet him, but he also takes the time to talk to you regardless.
That's why his lines are so long, too. He loves to talk.
Right.
So, can't complain.
Yeah, truly. It's seriously, the film itself does an excellent job of capturing who he is, capturing the story that was put forward in his book, but able to break it down in such a way that makes it interesting the entire time. Now, there's never a dull moment, visually or audibly, okay? and you see sides of Kane that you may have never known about and never even expected. I mean, he's funny, he's witty, but he's also sensitive and scared. You know, there's points where you see some real dark sides.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that actually made his book so good, because he was willing to open up, and that didn't change within here. Now, like I said, the movie itself is only 2 hours. So, like, and now we got from Derek and Andrew that said they had 39 hours of footage just of Kane. I mean, that should tell you something about, one, his storytelling, and that there's going to be a lot more to come. So, you know, one of the things, I will say, not everything's in there. There's some stuff you definitely can capture in the book that is, I wish would have been in the movie. But, like, you know, for distribution reasons, you can't really push, you know, a 5-hour documentary.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking at a franchise. Like the Friday the 13th documentary is, 7 hours, and then the Nightmare on Elm Street one's 4 hours. But that's a whole franchise. This is just one guy. Now, it is a long and incredible story. So there is no dull moment. But I wish there's some stuff I really wish was in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, and for that reason, we'll judge my rating of the film. But let's start with you. What is your final rating of To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story?
I think I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. You know, it's just really well done. You know, it's emotional, it's powerful, and inspiring. It's just great all around.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.5 too. You know, it's incredible. It really is. It's one of the best documentaries that I've seen in a long time. Yeah. And, you know, of course I'm like, I try not to be biased when I look at movies, but, you know, I love Kane Hodder, obviously a big fan of Kane Hodder, but, like, his story, now, if you take out Kane Hodder entirely, now, let's say this is somebody completely else, but you're hearing the story for the first time, it is still just as good as a film.
Right.
You know, it's such an incredible story, told in such a, you know, a perfect way that, you know, it seriously is great. It definitely earns that rating. If you are a fan of Kane, or you're just a fan of a good story, I promise you, To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story is for you. It's definitely worth checking out. But also, if you're into reading, I still do recommend Unmasked, the, you know, Kane Hodder's autobiography.
Yes.
Definitely worth checking out. Okay. Once again, thanks to Master Leaf Macabre for hooking us up with early access to it. Now we should have an interview with Kane coming up that will go into a little more detail of, you know, his background with the film, and, you know, will help push her a little bit more. You know, definitely worth checking out. But, you know, that is our review of To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Editor, roll that outro. Hey you! Thanks for watching this episode of SlasherCast. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and click that box right down there to check out last week's episode.
Also, if you want to check out the film the fans are calling the best fan film of all time, make sure you click that box right down there to check out our Friday the 13th fan film.
While you're at it, click that circle right there to subscribe to our channel. Never miss a video again.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.